And there's a lot of excitement in this big crowd here at Eden Park tonight. Around about 30,000 or so, which really is a wonderful attendance for the first match of the season. We can tell you conditions here at Eden Park tonight, not too bad at all. That's what they're playing for, the brand new trophy for Super 14. A little bit breezy perhaps coming in from the east, in other words from right to left as you'll see them, but generally speaking they couldn't expect much better. As I said, around about 30,000 here tonight. Opportunity to welcome in our international audience, and that will be huge, no doubt, particularly if you're watching early in the morning in the UK through B-Sky B, Star Sports throughout Asia. Looking on this game at Super Sport through Mnet in South Africa, Fox Sport in Australia. In the islands, of course, we welcome to our friends in the Chatham Islands, and of course here in New Zealand through Sky Sport and the Rugby Channel, as the Hurricanes about to emerge for the first time in 2006. A powerful Hurricanes forward pack for the opener, and there'll be plenty of interest in the first appearance of big Jason Eaton. The Taranaki man made his All Black debut on the Grand Slam tour, but he's no experience of Super Rugby. The only non-All Black in the pack is Luke Andrews. The Hurricanes have always produced exciting back play, and this unit looks to be in the same mould. A new role now for retired All Black skipper Tana Umaga, very much these days the elder statesman in the back line. Much interest too in Isaiah Tuiava, the young All Black at fullback, a lone player from Auckland. So the Hurricanes have gone to the left, so they might be playing into just a light breeze from the east. In fact, our man down on the sideline tonight is Tony Johnson. Quickly, conditions, TJ.
Well, Nisbo, conditions are excellent for the start of the second decade of professional rugby. Light breeze right to left on your screen. There's been a few spots of rain, but it hasn't amounted to anything. Here come the Blues.
The Blues pack is chock full of quality, and the tight five in particular is tough and powerful. Tony Woodcock is one of the first selected in All Black pack these days, and he'll provide the Blues with a solid foundation in the scrums. Interesting mix in the loose forwards. Angus McDonald at number 8, Nick Williams on the blind side flank. And Tasesa Lavia wears the number 10 jersey for the Blues, slots into a position occupied for so long by Carlos Spencer. And in a surprise move, Coach Nusafora has gone for John Senio to partner Lavia in the halves, while further out Bernard Tinga plays at centre. Issa Nathiwa has beaten Brent Ward for the fullback berth. Tonight's referee, Bryce Lawrence. And we're almost set to go. Joining me tonight is former All Black John Drake, as Tana Umaga looks on.
Not going to get in your way. I'm not going to get in your way. No.
Just awaiting the signal to get us underway in 2006.
Behind the line, eh?
Now, Bryce Lawrence checks with both sides. We're underway, and the new competition kicks off. Super 14, as the kickoff is taken by Rodney So'oialo, the Hurricanes skipper. And the Hurricanes move it away, Gopeth, and they're going to run it from the start as Collins hangs onto it and has taken in a good tackle, but he slipped it up. Here's Umaga away. Got the pass back in field to Ma'anonu, and the Hurricanes starting by keeping the ball alive as Gopeth shifts it across to Tialata. And he's picked up on the 10-metre line, right in centre field. And the ball pops back. It's awkward for Wepu, and it's knocked on by Umaga. And he throws it away in disgust. Afternoon and evening, John.
Yes, exactly. Nisbo, great start by the Hurricanes. Good kick-off, receive, and just putting the Blues in two minds is what they were going to do. Plenty of space. If anything, the ball came out too quickly. I get the feeling early on the Hurricanes, they're going to go for the 50-50 passes. They know the Blues defence is reasonably strong and organised. They know it's going to take something special to get through it. Blues have got an opportunity with the ball now. Here's an area where they'll think they'll do well, the Blues. Scrum time. Although the Hurricanes pack certainly looks powerful, or a lot stronger than it has in recent years.
Good clash on this side, on this near side in the first half between Tony Woodcock and Nehemiah Tialata.
No one waited.
And if anything, Nisbo, look for Woodcock to get under Tialata. He's very good at that and drive him in. Tialata will have to stay very low.
First scrum is set, and
Release.
Wepu got through on top of McDonald. Now it's coming to John Senio. Lavia stabbing the ball in behind, and Toyava going back, and is it in touch? It is.
Just right on the corner flag. It's clever play from Lavia. He just put it in behind. Scrum went the wrong way for the Blues, but it didn't matter in the end. There it goes. Oh, there wasn't nothing in that. Short line out, Hurricanes.
Andrew Hoare has to get it right, does so, as Eaton stretches across and drags it down in his first few moments of Super Rugby. Jason Eaton, good stuff here from the Blues pack, trying to drive the Hurricanes back over their own line. There it is for Wepu to make the clearance, and it drifts across the touchline. It's out a long way further back though, about 15 metres out from the line.
Hurricanes forwards just a little bit slow to react there at the line out time. The referee, once he saw the ball had been transferred, called that the other forwards who hadn't been involved in the line out could join in. The Blues did it more quickly with more urgency than the Hurricanes. Certainly put some pressure on the team defending the goal line.
Now Kevin Mialamu. He's got McDonald near the back, drags it down nicely. And now in turn the Blues getting pushed back a little with the ball in hand. It's there for Senio. Now Lavia missing out McAllister, but he's doubling round, looking for a gap, but hunted down by Umaga. And the very first penalty has come up. Just over 3 minutes.
Created the space, the Blues. There was a bit of cross running in there, and in the end he was isolated. Well read by the Hurricanes defence. They just drifted across.
Jimmy Goppeth with the penalty kick down towards halfway. There's the reserve bench for the Hurricanes. Made such a huge impact last year, his first season in this competition. Now Andrew Hoare again to Eaton. He's the target, has been twice so far. Collins belting it up. Ball is a bit untidy, but it's coming now. Taken in by Marsoe. Blues defence looks very solid. Now Goppeth looking for a gap, taken by his opposite. Lavia, good tackle, and not released.
It's interesting early on, Tony, referees this year, they're going to, well, it looks this way, go very hard at the ruck and maul area. They want quick ball and they want it released by the player in possession. Yeah,
and also onus on the tackler to roll away. It's an area they're really going to work hard on. Now, Luke McAllister's going to have a shot at goal here. As you can see there where the penalty came, the breeze is going to help him. It's not a strong breeze, but it's certainly going to be to the assistance of the Blues in the first half. Just the other conditions that we didn't mention just before the game started. The ground is in magnificent order. They're due to play a cricket test here next week. Well, they could play it now. And the crowd, probably just over 33,000. We'll get a confirmed figure for you, but that's a great start for a rugby match, or a great crowd for a rugby match in early February.
I tell you what, Tony, if they play cricket on it now, I'll bowl first, thanks.
Yeah, small matter of a portable pitch to come into play, Nisbo.
Okay.
So the breeze is almost stopped, isn't it, on this side of the field, so you shouldn't have much problem.
Long range attempt first up for Luke McAllister. Looks pretty good. Good start by Luke McAllister and the Blues, and they lead by 3-0.
Well, they had the territory, and they played the ball into the corners a couple of times, the Blues. They wanted to play down the other end of the field, whereas we saw the Hurricanes pretty content to keep the ball in hand. Let's just see what happens from here. Hurricanes got to attack this ball.
Braid lining this one up. Ducks under the tackle from Marceau. He is opposite number. And Lavia looking to clear this. And gets good distance in the kick.
It'll be interesting at the breakdown. You'll just see Braid against Marceau. Marceau is the more physical player. Braid technically very correct and very fast over the ground. But it is so often, it's usually the second and third guy who gets there who can make the difference. And that's where the Blues with Nick Williams, an unfamiliar open blindside position, might just struggle a bit.
This time it's down to So'ialo, giving Eaton a bit of a rest as Collins again trying to crash it in midfield. Now a change of direction. Wepu. Here's Toiava trying to slip the pass. And it's still there on the Hurricane side. He's got the arm out, has Bryce Lawrence. Maybe there was a knock on in there. Yes, there was. And it came from the Blues.
Just a word on that Blues loose forward configuration. Nisbo, Angus McDonald's packing down in the back of the scrum, but they really see him in open players in the number 6 role, and Nick Williams really there as a ball carrying forward, which we know he's very good at.
It'll also be interesting. Just look out on this side for Woodcock to really put some heat on Tialata. As I say, he likes to get under the tight head prop and drive in hard. Just like that. And he got penalised. There you go.
He went early. So So'ialo takes it down towards the 22. He's got the arm out again. Bryce Lawrence playing an advantage. Tialata bouncing out of a couple. And driving powerfully. Sets it now for Wepu. Gopeth. Away for Smith. Pass gets knocked away. And no advantage. So back to the penalty, which was created at the ruck.
McDonald was it for not rolling away. So as you said, Tony, very officious in this area. Probably the word's gone out to the referees, certainly in New Zealand, that that's the way they want it played, and the players will learn quick. I know in pre-season the Hurricanes had a lot of trouble at the breakdown. They were getting penalised a lot.
Well, this young man had an outstanding first season for the Hurricanes. 139 points. Good accurate start by both goal kickers. Luke McAllister for the Blues, Jimmy Gopeth for the Hurricanes, and it's 3-all.
They'll be very happy too with the Hurricanes. Haven't spent a lot of time down in Blues territory, but they've looked inventive when they've had the ball.
Lavia restarts. Wepu wants this. Rokethoko got knocked out of the way there. Whether he ran into a player or not sure. Here's Gopeth under a little bit of pressure, but safely into touch.
Yes, Rokethoko ran into the ample frame of Nemir Tialata, who just made a very sneaky move just to his right. It was well done by the prop.
Mialamu straight to Ali Williams. Now Lavia, dummy runners from all over the place. Atinga gets dumped by Smith, and a knock on by the Blues. Defense on both sides so far has been outstanding.
Yeah, the first time tackle on Tinga was very good. He actually threw the ball away from his body because the support wasn't there quickly enough. Just have a look at this. So he gets taken by Conrad Smith, and he throws the ball away. Once the ball's away from his body, it's open ball for anyone. Blues tried to scramble it, but knocked it on. There's two contrasts. Hurricanes have had a lot of the ball, they've kept it in hand, whereas the Blues have been pretty content to get down the other end of the field. Good continuity from the Hurricanes. This is an area which I think Colin Cooper would have targeted. You might see a weakness in the Blues in that area. When you've got guys like Umaga in midfield, you've really got a fourth loose forward.
Nick Williams there in the rather unfamiliar role of flanker. But we hear that he's dropped about 10 kgs in the off-season. He's a dynamic ball runner. So Wepu to feed. So'oialo works it away for Wepu. Wepu still going, showing his power. Looking to get the pass away, can't quite do so. And Doug Howlett looks like he's got himself on the wrong side of the ruck. Well, some quality running from Wepu. They've gone quickly to have the Hurricanes. Here's Tialata. They're looking to play the game at pace. Again, the referee playing advantage. Wepu's taken this time in a good solid tackle. Now they move it away for Umaga. Got it up. Poor charging. 5 metres away from the line as they dig it out again. Here's Collins looking to slip the pass, decided not to. Ball is there again. Here they go once more with Umaga. Tries to put it on his boot. And whistle goes. So obviously the advantage had finished. And it's still going to be Hurricanes ball, but this time it's a scrum.
Pressure stuff, though. Turn down the points, Tony. That's the confidence they've got at the moment. Here we go, Umaga. This was the phase before the last one. He got very close. Here he goes, Umaga. He tries to put it on the toe to get through. It's probably the right idea. Nathiwa's foot just saved the day for the Blues, but it's pressure time. As they turn down the shot at goal, I think they've got the momentum there heading their way.
So now the scrums get themselves set. Good opportunity here for the Hurricanes.
Oh, heat's on there. There you're seeing him again, Woodcock coming in. So that's where they're trying to drive them towards the sideline, just cut down the options for the Hurricanes. So he gets a hit on. And he pulls back on the show. You see the way he squares Tialata's body round, so negates what Tialata can do. He's going to go low there. He'll get penalised if he keeps on doing that. Oh, who knows? You wouldn't think it's summer, would you, Nisbo?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Summer.
Perfect conditions for footy, though, tonight.
Right, in they go.
Good scrum.
Much better scrum. Yeah, holds up. Now Wepu to Gopeth. Gopeth stabs it across. Faatau coming quickly. Oh, tipped away. Now, what's the call here?
22. Has to be.
22 dropout.
Clever variation. Yeah, was he infield? Yeah, well, he was when he got it.
And did he make an effort to catch it?
No.
Looked like a deliberate attempt to knock it into touch. Anyway, Lavia. A long kick downfield. Claimed by Wepu. Collins. They wait for him. Braid takes it right on the halfway line. Hurricanes getting a lot of possession at the moment. Now Gopeth works the inside path to Marsoe. Now it's pick and drive by Andrew Hoare. Again, they stay blindside. Gopeth feeds it across to Toiava. Running out of room a wee bit. Now Umaga gets the call. Joe McTonnell, I think it is. Back it goes to Wepu again. Trying to get rid of John Arthur. And the Hurricanes controlling possession at the moment. Not doing a lot of kicking as Marsoe puts the foot down. Now he goes to ground. Umaga in there to play at a halfback. No, it's Nonu in fact. Soialo. Good tackle by Daniel Braid. Now Umaga. Nice tackle again. Braid doing a lot of good tackling. Now Andrews, they whip it across. Collins almost got the pass, but knocked down and knocked forward. Good defence by the Blues, not allowing the Hurricanes any leeway whatsoever.
Great defence, flat, organised, coming up in a line. And you've got to say, Tony, the Hurricanes, they're just too static.
Yeah, they've got 75% of the ball at the moment, and they're being very patient, but the Blues have pretty much been equal to everything that's been thrown at them. Some good tackles, 1 to 15. Tony Woodcock putting in a good one just a few moments ago. And so it's quite a nice little arm wrestle at the moment.
I just wonder if the space, the Hurricanes showed at the first kickoff that there is space maybe on the outsides. At the moment, they've got Marsoe, Collins, Soialo running it, 1 off the ruck, 2 off the ruck, even Umaga coming in. Maybe a couple of dummy runners and just get it a wee bit wider. Yeah,
we saw that before when the break was made, I think by Piri Weepu. Fantastic dummy run by Tana Umaga. Just the last couple of times, maybe just no one there to make that incision or maybe manipulate the defence.
All Blacks all over the park tonight as Senio feeds. Again, it's a little bit untidy. Senio trying to get out of trouble, but he's put his foot in touch. And I guess it'll take a little while. Angus McDonald fairly new to the number 8 job.
Yes, and Hurricanes did well. They just pulled back on Tialata's side. That just made the ball a bit unsteady for the Blues. Senio is in 2 minds as what to do. He's a big, strong fellow, though, and he'll just grow into the pace of the game, I'm sure.
Tipped on the Hurricane side. Wepu knocked it on. It was awkward delivery, and he just propelled it forward.
Good pressure from the Twin Towers and the Blues. Scrums and lineouts. I'm sure that's where David Nusafora says we can target the Hurricanes, take them on their ball.
Down the middle half. Crutch and hold. Engage.
Referee's going to be reasonably vigilant this year on the ball going into the scrum correctly.
Roll out,
as McDonald takes it just inside Hurricanes territory. Senio now for Lavia. Looking for Howlett running wide. Oh, it's not a bad kick. Very nearly caught the Hurricanes out. They were standing a little flat.
Nonu was on holiday out there, and the kick had to be pinpointed. It was. He won't do that again, I'm sure. Look at Howlett. Oh, well, he wasn't sure where it was going to go. If it had gone into his hands, it would have been interesting.
Another line-out throw by Hoare. This time, Soialo cleanly off the top. Umaga. Again, Braid. He's doing some tackling. Daniel Braid. Gopeth. A rear kick. Charge! Lavia knocked it on.
Well,
very nearly.
He did 80% of it right in his way. He did the charge down, then he recovered the ball, and then it just slipped out. He's got such skills, this guy. I actually think he actually tried to play it after he got the charge down. If he had just kicked it forward there, yeah, he definitely lost control.
Didn't have much of an option, though, did he, Drakey? The ball almost bounced into his arms.
Yeah. If he didn't play it, though, and it just rolled off his chest, he could have kicked it forward. But again, Auckland Blues defence up very flat.
So'alo off the back of the scrum, and Wepu, who's got a pretty useful boot on him, gets it down towards the halfway line. Well, he made giant strides again last season, Piri Wepu, and he looks to be in good shape for the start of this season too.
Oh, yeah. He's the kind of player you just wouldn't want to play against, I get the feeling. He's physically strong, he's clever, he reads the game well, so he's got the package.
Big Greg Rawlinson, along with Ali Williams, one of the taller combinations in this competition, as the Blues have it. Now here's Nick Williams. We expect to see him doing a fair bit of this, carrying the ball at the defence. Oh, that's a big tackle. Rokafoko has to recover. Hurricanes fancy their chances here, and they've got it. Here comes Umaga blindside. Here's an opportunity, and threw a bad pass. Looking for Lomi Fa'atau to run onto it. And even Lomi Fa'atau, one of the quickest players in New Zealand rugby, couldn't reach that one.
Yeah, it was always dropping the pass. Tanu, the brain was working all right. It's a good turnover, though, for the Hurricanes. A vital turnover, and it came from that jolting tackle.
20 minutes gone in the first half. Awkward delivery, but it bounces nicely for Senio. Lavia for McAllister, with Umaga coming straight at him. Now Toiava in a bit of space. Could be dangerous. He lost the ball though, and it's been kicked away downfield. Advantage is over. Wepu having to fly back after this, and he's got time to turn and make a very good clearance, but it's not out. Now here's an opportunity for the Blues. McAllister. Tidied up by Fa'atau, but there's plenty of Blues players there too. Hurricanes have managed to regroup. Gopeth is going to play the halfback role. Back to Smith, and he got away with the kick.
Toiava didn't do too badly in the end. He took a while to bring the ball under control, but once he was tackled by the oncoming Blues players, he did well to control it and not be penalised for not releasing it. That took some doing.
Well, he recovered well, because he's the guy who lost the ball up the other end of the field, Tony, when he was attacking. Gave the Blues the possession in the long kick downfield.
Still waiting for the first try in Super 14. 22 minutes gone, and it's been overthrown straight to Marsoe.
And roll out.
And he's got the Blues, I think, sealing it off.
Stay here, please.
And it might have been Daniel Braid.
Stay here, please. Come off.
You've got John Senio maybe, Lisbo, and he wants a word.
We've got a simple one-on-one tackle. There's acres of space around him, and he lies there. Just no more, please. Please. I'll organise that.
I'll tell you what, TJ, Daniel Braid was happy that he got out of here, because I think he might have been a bit of the culprit as well. I know he's on his feet, but he's sealing it off. So both of them, I think, were pretty guilty. What do you reckon?
Oh, there was the man on the ground who gave away the penalty. I don't think Braid did too much wrong. He might have been bridging a little bit, but it was the tackler not rolling away, and it's one of the areas they're really going to crack down on. The other one, I think, we've got to hope that the referees penalise this year, is players diving in off their feet. I think that's the worst thing that happens at the breakdown.
Order throw, 10-metre line, Blues territory. He's overthrown, so they've both been guilty in the last couple of minutes. And Senio takes it in, hounded off by Mialamu. The kick by Lavia, and he's overcooked it.
Good pressure from Umaga on the kicker.
Pretty keen, though, the Blues to put the foot to the ball. Yeah, you're right, it was great pressure.
This one falls straight to Marceau. Wasn't expecting it, but he'll take it anyway. Good ball there for Wepu. Flat pass to Eaton. And now the ball's dropped away and knocked on.
Retained by yellow, no advantage.
Daniel Braid, you mentioned before, Nisbet getting through a tower of tackling. Drove Eaton back there. So the Blues are conceding the penalties. And it's the Hurricanes who have got the slippery hands.
Well, we've seen the ball dropped a few times. It's got nothing to do with the conditions. It's dry. It's just the force of the tackling. Boy, 24 minutes into the season and the hits are coming already.
Scrum screwing around there, a bit messy, and the Blues are going to get another shot at it.
The Hurricanes content just to wheel it round. I guess they figure that McDonald, Senio, halfback, number 8 combination won't be as strong as it could be. They want to give Marceau and Soialo Collins the opportunity to attack them.
Crunch and hold. Engage.
Senio, McAllister under a bit of pressure again from Umaga, who's charging around like a youngster. In the end, a good kick though from Luke McAllister.
Yes, well, Tana Umaga plays like a loose forward sometimes, does a lot off the ball.
Have a messy line out. Well, there is an advantage, so he's got to play on here. Tinga off to Rokethoko. Again, the tackling very solid. They didn't hold him though, so he got up, did Joe Rokethoko. Now Senio. Rawlinson bobbled the ball for a moment. Senio again. Lavia looking wide for Braid. Slips the pass to McDonald's. And now the Blues having an opportunity with the ball. 2-1 possession in the Hurricanes' favour. Now McAllister goes wide. Gopeth read it well, but still Rawlinson slipped the pass nicely to Nathiwa. Blues keep it going. McAllister stepping. Ball pops away. And the kick made by Toiava. Neither side really able to hold the ball for long enough.
Well, interesting. The referee said play on then McAllister, so he must have placed it. This will be a good angle to have a look. He's tackled. Maybe that came off. The tackler's head was at Umaga. Bounced off and he said play on.
Ali Williams making the line-out calls, it would seem. Mialamu throwing to Williams. They're going to have a drive this time. Pretty effective one too. In very good formation here, the Blues. They've got it trapped in the back. Now away they go. Ball is there to clear. Fasinio. Lavia stepping. Lavia slips the pass. McAllister. He's there. Bernard Tinga it is. Set up by Lavia.
Well, this is where it started from. Ali Williams took his time to make the call, and they drove very, very well. 10 or so metres, and you can see Mialamu's tucked in the back with Braid. The Hurricanes thought they got it under control and stopped it, but they just went round the side. Blew it away. Look at this. He's kicked or passed all night. Showed the ball. Soialo was slow to pick up on him. Tinga running across the angle. I reckon could have made it himself, but Atinga gets the try.
Beautiful stepping by Lavia. And Atinga taken, but his momentum gets him over.
Just the defence of the Hurricanes came up in a zigzag, and that gave him the space. He saw it and he went.
Gopeth restarts. Nearly half an hour gone. Williams stretching up straight into the arms of Marceau. Now it's with Collins. And back come the Hurricanes. 5 metres short of the line. And they've got numbers out wide. Umaga long past a Fa'atau, but he was close to the touchline. Now Smith. Gopeth feeds it across in centre field to Hoare. And ferocious defence by the Blues, stopping the Hurricanes. Slowed it right down. Now Gopeth goes wide. Umaga looking at the inside pass, just couldn't deliver. Looking for Ma'anonu, referee playing an advantage, and there won't be one as Howlett kicks it out. Oh no, he's played. He said that's it. You've had your advantage.
The Blues were just waiting for the scrum. That's why they gave it to Doug Howlett. He's not the greatest kicker going round. They would have far rather had the scrum, I think.
Well, Doug Howlett, I think his face, the new Blues vice captain, showed it all. A line out, what, just inside the 22. That's no advantage. But it's taken a try, but it's really brought the game to light.
Ball goes short. Taken in by Luke Andrews. The Hurricanes are going to try and drive it now. Not getting much change out of this Blues pack. It's out. It's straight down, and Andrew Hoare had to take it back in. Now Wepu feeds it off to Gopeth. He's just standing a little bit flat.
Yeah, very good work again at the breakdown by Daniel Braid.
Hurricanes are not doing themselves any favours though, Tony, with the formation that they're adopting. Pretty easy to read for the Blues. A lot of static play in midfield.
Nice kick by Lavia.
Just have a look at this. Umaga gets it reasonably flat-footed. Braid's right there. There's two Hurricanes players, but they're on the ground, so they can't play it. Good body position, Daniel Braid again.
Nialamu. Oh, reaching across and just tipping it on the Blues side. Now Senio. Lavia, who's caused some problems already. Atinga. Now here's Howlett, showing good strength. Now the ball bounces away, went backwards. Rokafoko got it up to Williams. Now Rokafoko, Lavia, Atinga, and he ran into a brick wall. And it'll be a 22 dropout. It was a yellow brick wall.
Blues though stretching, they're getting this ball into space a bit more than the Hurricanes. I think that's where the opportunity is going to come, out wide.
Gopeth's kick, fielded by Isa Nathiwa. Pretty useful kick, very good kick.
I know it's hard to defend against that, Tony, but really the back three for the Hurricanes, I don't think they've been as vigilant as they should have been.
Well, just about to say, Drakey, that there's plenty of stars in both of these back lines, but to me at the moment, the back line that's looking sharper, just that bit more urgent, is the Blues, both on attack and defence.
Eaton stretching up, brings it down for the Hurricanes. Hard on defence. About 7 minutes to go till half time. Goffith has pulled out deep into the in-goal area. Some of the Blues players beating the jump a little bit. Now Goffith.
Well, he got it away in the end. It looked pretty close to the chalk on the dead ball line. Here's Weepu. Tried to take a shortcut through Greg Rawlinson. He said no.
Very close to standing in the in-goal area there. Blues in control of this. Senio now for Lavia. Gets it wide across to Artinga. Hit by Fartau. Now Braid. Hurricanes having to do some solid defending in the last few minutes. As Senio feeds it off to Lavia again, looking to step. Back they come with Rokethoko. Drops it onto the ground. And I think he was playing advantage. Yes, he was. And it looks like it was an offside call.
Midfield, Perry Wipu asking the question. Just the angles and the depth that the Blues have got when they've had the ball. It's allowed them to just keep the momentum going at the breakdown, whereas the Hurricanes have virtually been shut down and stopped. They've had a lot of ball, but it's been pretty static. That might be the difference so far.
Luke McAllister, of course, missed the Grand Slam tour at the end of the season with injury. Guides it through, and that increases the Blues lead in the match by 13-3.
They're really starting to ask some questions of the Hurricanes defence, and I think really the man who's doing it is Lavia. He's running the ball at the line. He's just creating a little bit of hesitation in the Hurricanes defence.
Well, he just creates so many opportunities, doesn't he? He holds the ball in two hands, Tony, and they don't know whether it's going to go to McAllister, Artinga, or to Howlett and co.
McDonald waits. This time the Blues moving it out from their own 22. Nice work here by McAllister. Got his pass off. Now it's McDonald who took it originally. Lovely move right from the kickoff. Now Senio. Lavia again puts it onto the boot. Toiava. And he scrambles it into touch.
The other thing that Lavia is doing, he's finding some nice angles with the kicks, and the Blues are chasing hard to put some pressure on the young Hurricanes fullback. But this is great stuff from McAllister.
Well, it was. The continuity was superb. They're getting in behind the Hurricanes defence. Hurricanes are scrambling just at the moment.
Full yellow, last chance. Get the meter. Hold the meter.
Mialamu finding Williams.
That's a good drive too. Hurricanes trying to collapse it. Yes, he's got the penalty. Dumb play.
Still got it up nicely though. Under control. Just lost the momentum for the minute.
John Senio, should I say, has gone in to the ruck. They're going to take the penalty, I'm sure.
Still got the advantage.
Yeah. Luke Andrews.
Entreat them all
Went straight
and
down.
lifting legs up. Forward. You can't lift them up in the air on the legs.
Just think that one of the other changes that's come over this game is that as the half has worn on, the Blues just seem to have lifted the intensity, and the Hurricanes seem to be still in about second gear.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tony. The Blues have tightened up the game. They've driven about 3 or 4 lineouts. Look at this. This is great body position. You can see Andrews goes down there. That's when the arm first comes out. And they got pinged a couple more times as well.
Ah, Sam Hunt, eh? Enjoying a night at the Rugby.
It's cosmopolitan footy these days.
He's a hero of mine, John. Wideish angle here for Luke McAllister. 13-3, looking to give them a 13-point margin, and it's right down the middle. And the siren sounds for half-time, and the Blues and the Hurricanes leave with the Blues commanding leaders by 16-3.
Yes, Blues started slowly, if you like. Couldn't get much ball, but had the territory, had a very definite plan to play the game, keep it down the Hurricanes' end. It's paid off. The Hurricanes got frustrated. They had a lot of ball. They couldn't crack the Blues' defence in the first 40 minutes. It's going to be a bumper time for crowds in this country and overseas.
Second half is underway. The kickoff made by Gopeth, and I think it's Conrad Smith who was a mile in front of the kick, but on the blind side of the referee as Gopeth works it away. What nice hands from Fartow. And the Hurricanes start quickly, as they did in the first half, remember. Moved away to Tialata. Just merely holding it up near the 22. Awkward pass by Wepu. Bounces up for Umanga. Sends it wide for Toiava. He in turn gives it to Nonu. Hardly seen the ball all night. Tried to slip the pass, and it was knocked on by a Blues player. And a rare touch of the ball for Nonu. And he was looking to get the pass into Luke Andrews, and I think it was knocked down by a Blues player.
Yes, he didn't look too bad when he had the ball either. Tackle had to be made. Clever from the Hurricanes, though, to manipulate it. Tialata just set it up in midfield. That just did enough to maybe bring some of the Blues defenders in, and they just camped some of their outside backs wide on the touchline. That created the space. So maybe they will try and free it up. Tialata just down injured. It's from the kickoff. Saying it might be his hip or his lower back, which isn't a great place for a prop. Scrum coming up. Made great progress last year, 2005, this guy. Earned himself an All Black jersey and certainly played well enough on that tour last year to be in the frame again this season. Again, far on this side, he'll be trying to maybe drag it back, although the referees are looking at that pretty closely this season. Woodcock will be trying to push it up on the other side.
Blues not happy with their formation, so they've set it again. Now they hit. Good push from the Blues.
Big scrum.
Very good.
And demolished it. And that was excellent, because when they hit, I thought the Hurricanes actually had it steady and ready to go. And then the second surge came in. That's pretty hard to do. So they're in there, and then the force just comes through. Woodcock's side with Mialamu again.
Stay there. Use it.
Now the Blues getting screwed around, and it's going to go back the other way. So now it's the Hurricanes clapping their hands together.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. We understood at the beginning of the season, the referee said they weren't going to allow that, where the loose forwards have pushed it round. And if you look at this, the Blues front rows wheeled straight round. This is where McDonald's got to pick it up and go early. He didn't. Maybe the ball's trapped in the second row. Two different styles of attacking at scrum we're seeing here.
No silly buggers, mate.
Well, there you go.
Crunch and hold.
Try and tell that to the front row.
Use it.
Another good shove.
It's out. It's fine. Hold there, Blue.
Hurricanes might survive this one, although they've lost all their impetus. Now Gopeth turns it back inside to Smith, tries to wriggle his way through a couple. There it is again for Wepu. Gets it wide for Gopeth. Now there's a chance out wide. Nonu and Toiavo. And in they go. Lomi Fa'atau. Some nice work out wide. And the Hurricanes hit back.
Oh, it was great play. They actually had the overlap well and truly, and they got some good quick ball, and they're running good lines. Nice straight down the tram lines, and that straightened up the Blues defence. They had the overlap. Bit of work to do at the end, but the manipulation was clever. So look at this. Rokithoko's in two minds whether to go in and out. They both went out. The inside pass gives the try.
Well, we haven't seen too much of the young man on attack, but when they brought him into the line, he was incisive. Plenty of pace, a nice little backflip to Fa'atau, and the Hurricanes right back in it.
Scores a lot of tries, Lomi Fa'atau. Well, you mentioned to me at half-time, Drakey, really the Hurricanes had to be the team to score next if they wanted to stay in this game.
Yeah, well, they've done it, and they'll be very happy. Blues will be disappointed they got rocked back.
Gopeth can't bring this one in. Lomi Fa'atau's try unconverted, 16 points to 8.
No changes to either side at half-time, Nisbo, but we do see Steve Devine doing some warming up as this is going on for the Blues. Could be a change at halfback.
Perhaps a little surprising that he didn't start Devine. Kick-off made, claimed by Su'uyalo. Now Collins looking to burst through and does so, gives it off to Umaga. Nice pass, Toiava though can't take it in. It was a little bit in front of him, and the referee playing the knock on.
I wonder, is he playing the knock on, or was it slightly forward? Bit of both, maybe. This is what the Hurricanes have to do. They have to free the ball up.
Boy, there were some alarm bells going off in the Blues defence there. If that pass had found the mark, the Hurricanes had a great chance to score 60 metres downfield.
McDonald does try and pick it up early. Blues have regrouped well here, and Mialamu serves it up for Lavia. Chased by, collision. Tinga took it, and it'll be a scrum for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it was pretty messy all round. Hurricanes again wheeling the scrum. McDonald, Senio, not quite sure what to do. It's slow ball. Lavia, he had to juggle it when he got it. Look, it was down at his knees. Collision time.
Well, thankfully everybody came out of it okay, but they can be nasty, those collisions.
It's huge pressure in that scrum.
Wepu's going to kick this time, just lobs it onto the boot, and Fa'atau coming quickly. We didn't see a lot of kicking from the Hurricanes in the first half. It'll be interesting now with the breeze behind them. It's only slight, to see whether they try for more territory.
Well, you think they would. Blues going for a quick line out. Referee Lawrence says no way.
Mialamu right on the 22. Working well with Williams. Senio kicking and getting very good distance. Excellent kick.
Great kick.
Well, into the breeze too. Nisbo, a lot of people would be surprised to see John Senio starting for the Blues, except those people who saw him in pre-season action. I saw him in the game between the Blues and the Western Force, and he was very impressive. Like his brother, very strong around the base, got a nice pass, And as you can see there, he's got a pretty good boot on him too.
I think the other thing, Tony, too, Steve Devine, he just hasn't played enough football. I think Musafora said that. He just hasn't had the game time, and this guy's impressed every time he's gone on the track pre-season.
Hurricanes got away with that one, as it wasn't originally taken by the Hurricanes. Now they've lost it forward, though. There is Steve Devine. Of course, the Blues losing David Gibson out through injury. John Senio coming in as a replacement player.
And it was McDonald up there contesting. Set pieces, you'd have to say, have just shaded the Blues. Although Hurricanes at scrum time have wheeled the Blues scrum quite effectively.
Much better scrum this time, the Blues. And that was McDonald trying to push it back through the legs. And they've lost it forward. Probably didn't need to do that.
No. He's so conscious of clearing it quickly, and this will be something that I think the coaching staff for the Blues will be working on. Look at this. Senio's right behind him.
That's just a lack of communication, really, isn't it?
Yep.
Crutch and hold.
It's costing them those 3 or 4 scrums where they haven't been able to clear it.
Stay bound 8-7. Thank you.
Now Wepu gets it away for Gopeth, has a crack at the defence and loses the ball forward.
Okay,
Referee playing an advantage.
Thank you, yes.
He's got another advantage on halfway. I wonder if that's another one.
It was a clear knock on, wasn't it?
And this is going to go out on the full, so we'll have to go back.
Well,
he said the advantage is over.
Blues players will be shaking their head again.
It's the second one of those tonight, isn't it?
He missed the knock on. I think then he got told by his touchy that there was a knock on.
Well, apparently he did mention it just before the kick was made.
Don't know how you get advantage when you're 20 metres behind where the knock on happened.
Long throw down the back quickly for Wepu. Now Gopher. There's Nonu coming into the play. Hasn't been used a lot. Ball is available immediately. Gopeth, quick pass. Umaga back to McDonnell. And the loose head prop down towards the 10-metre line. Pops up again for Wepu. Toyava. Big defence over there by the Blues. And they've got numbers there too. They've driven over the top of it. John Afoa couldn't throw the pass. Hurricanes up too quickly.
No, roll out. This man and this man. Get off him. Roll out. No attempt. Tackler.
Again, just that little bit of extra urgency. That time it came at the breakdown. A few drops of rain starting to fall now.
Oh, you just saw the Blues defence though. Tony Toivava got the ball and they just really wanted to nail him. Driving defence. They're in there. They've got good numbers. They're more accurate sometimes at the breakdown, the Blues.
Ten minutes gone, second half. 8-point lead for the Blues. Mialamu. Again, it's Williams. Tidy for Kevin Mialamu. They're able to recover though. Hurricanes not quite the numbers there. Senio looking to drag it out.
Collapse small, turnover.
It's early in the season. The referee's just got to be careful. He's got to keep control. A little bit of frustration in there. A bit messy.
Rain getting a little heavier. Causing one or two to scramble.
It's a big scrum again.
Another good scrum. Wepu flicks it back well for Gopeth. And now here come the Hurricanes. Toiava taken again. Got up, wasn't held. Now he sets it. Marsoe, first man there in the number 7 jersey. A little more urgency there at the breakdown as the awkward pass goes, and Gopeth trying to stab it in behind Howlett. Can't do so though. He unloads the pass in driving rain. Now Rokathoko. He's got pace. He's got a couple of props in front of him. Then he angles the kick in field, and it's knocked down by Howlett. Well, Joe Rokathoko would have loved to be able to kick with his left foot there, but it's not a strength, obviously.
No, it wasn't, but it almost worked out well. And the rain is pretty much straight down at the moment. He looked and saw the props. He thought, well, this is like winning lotto. There's the wee banana kick inside. Nathiwa, well, he got slammed. If he could have just got it away to Howlett, it would have been a bit different. So Arlo trying to do it, yeah. It's not pretty. So with this rain, the ball definitely will be slippery now. I just want to stand a wee bit closer. The pass shouldn't be so hard. Harley Williams might enjoy it a bit more. He'll be driving more at line out time.
Well, let's hope it is only a passing shower. It's very heavy at the moment. In fact, Tony's gone a bit quiet on the sideline, John.
I'm here. Maybe right. Just organising the roll.
The pressure at scrum time has been pretty good from the Blues.
Wepu thumps it off downfield. Gets very good distance. Nathiwa has it. The Blues fire it across to Howlett. Looking to change direction. He's in trouble. And he lost it. Or did he? Yes, he did. Dragged it back in.
Good chase from big Jason Eaton. We know how quick he is. Kept his cool, just kept his eyes on the prize.
Well, to be fair, Howlett ran away from his support. He tried to do well in the end to place it, but he couldn't. Bit of practice for the Sevens. He's hoping to go away with the New Zealand Sevens team, the Commonwealth Games. Certainly give them some experience and pace.
Free kick against the Hurricanes, even though it was their ball.
Yeah, it's a tough call, it really is.
It's only a free kick, so they must have gone in early. Lavia taps it to Mialamu, away from McDonald's. Senio now. Lavia. Not getting a lot of distance in this kick. Everyone's up there looking for it, and it's been claimed by Smith. Now Wepu. Gopeth looking to lob this in behind the defence, and just over the goal line. And Isa Nathiwa very pleased to see that happen.
We just want to slow this down, consolidate.
Looks like Paul Tito's about to make an entrance. Wepu feeds it up to Collins. Just on the blue side of halfway. Now Gopeth, or bad pass. Well snapped up. Nice work. Toiava. Space. Gets it away. Toiava. Umaga.
They're looking at the pass, are they? No, they're not. He's going for the end goal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe the last pass might have been flat, but you'd have to say that's a try.
Just want to check the grounding, Josh, please.
If there's any question mark here, it has to be whether the pass was forward or not.
Exactly.
You reckon there's a doubt about that, do you, Nisbo?
What do you think, Tony?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. No doubt about this.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, it was a pass which might have been average. I wonder what they thought was tricky about that.
Tana Umaga And it looks like it might be the last act.
Yeah, he's going to be replaced by Shannon Parku. And in fact, there's 3 changes being made. It's going to be a reshuffle in the Hurricanes backline. There's also a change in the pack. Paul Tito is on for Luke Andrews. Tito wearing 18, Parku on in 22. Just watch for this pass. Well, I think there were 2 forward passes there, weren't there?
Well, the camera angle makes it tricky, but you'd have to say the last one definitely.
Here's the conversion. And he puts it through, does Jimmy Goppeth. Suddenly is 16 points to 15. The Hurricanes climbing back into this and making replacements as well.
As well as the 2 changes in the Hurricanes, 1 in the Blues as well. And as we predicted, Steve Devine on at halfback for John Afoa.
But you'd have to say the Hurricanes are more than climbing back into it. They're on a roll. The momentum's going their way.
So the kickoff. Claimed in there by Eaton. Kick made by Wepu, and this could bounce any old where, and it does. Taken down by McDonald, and he's getting driven back inside his own half, and the ball goes clear. Very slippery. Devine, he's lost it. And players now struggling with the slippery ball as Tito picks it up. And do we want time off here? I think there's an injured player. Steve Devine is down, and Jerry Collins is there too. And I think there's some concern here.
Is it Devine? And Collins is just staying there to make sure he's okay. A shoulder maybe.
Well, this would be tragic. He's been on the field for 1 minute, if that.
I just think he's taken a heavy blow there. He looks pretty dazed, doesn't he?
Yeah, let's just look. I thought he knocked it on. That was my first impression. He goes back down to save it. And he did well there, but then he saw Jerry Collins coming, which is every player's nightmare in that kind of position. Oh, he gets slammed down there. Yeah, accidental from Collins. He plays it hard though. Collins, bang, there he goes.
And Jerry Collins is concerned enough to still be very close by. Now he's just walking away, but good to see.
He stayed down with him, didn't he? And that was the important thing, just in case there was anything more serious. So Devine didn't move too much. Collins stayed underneath him. Devine just looks up and says, what happened there?
Well, some of the senior members of that Hurricanes pack having a fair bit to say.
Well, it's time to wind it up. They definitely had the momentum in the second half. Conditions seem to suit them as well.
A lot of experience there with Paul Tito coming on.
And a lot of talk too, which is always good when conditions get like this. Get close and you talk to each other, get a bit closer. Passes a bit shorter. And the angles are on the cut too. That's very hard to defend against on the cut.
Nonu now at second 5'8", with probably a good call given the conditions with his power. And Tucker out on the wing. Wepu now for Goppeth. Back into Nonu. Here he is. Nonu straight ahead. And Nonu. He should be in. They're going to check it. The power of Ma'anonu.
Josh, I was just slightly blocked there by a player. Can you check the grounding, mate, please?
Well, he either forced it on the goalpost or over the line. Neither of them make any difference. Yeah.
Blood. Not blood.
It's a cry to me.
Looks pretty good. Josh Noonan is the man upstairs, and another try, and the Hurricanes have scored 3 pretty quickly and have taken the lead. Gopeth converts it. 22 points to 16.
Set piece.
Just talked about
Look at this. Straight through. That was McAllister, I think, who dropped off.
Devine
was it Devine?
Was, mate, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. McAllister's on the outside. Well, Devine was a sweeper. Tough call after he just had a knock, but it was from a set piece. And he's back off Devine, is he, Tony?
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yep.
Senio back on.
And the rotten run of luck continues for the little Aussie battler.
The kick taken by Wepu, and he kicks it out. 22 points to 16. Hurricanes ahead. 20 minutes remaining.
Well, Colin Cooper will be happy with the backline reshuffle. That was all about the power of Nonu, wasn't it? Any shift of direction subtle like that's going to be hard to defend without the power of Nonu behind it as well.
Mialamu finding his man. Referee playing advantage here, and a penalty. And it's because the Hurricanes didn't wait for the jumper to come down. So a chance here for Luke McAllister just to settle the Blues down a bit. Take the points, one would imagine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A couple more interesting changes coming up. Sorry, Drakey. A couple of more interesting changes coming up here for the Hurricanes. And, well, a man who'll know all about playing in these conditions about to come on. David Holwell about to come on for the Hurricanes.
A lot of people say, Tony, this might just about be the best decision the Hurricanes made to bring Holwell back into the fold. He was away last year, of course, but all the experience in the world.
Tim Fairbrother's also due to come on for the Canes. He'll be coming on in place of Nehemiah Tialata, and the Blues will be bringing on Justin Collins for Angus McDonald.
Oh, he slipped over, but he's done the job. Good work by Luke McAllister. He lost his footing, but he still put it through.
It's not bad at all. Ugly old kick straight down the middle. So I guess, Tony, Nick Williams will go to number 8. It's been an area which hasn't really worked. He's been good round the field, but the scrum hasn't worked. Look at that. That's remarkable.
Tailor-made for this man, though, isn't it?
Holwell kicks off. Nicely weighted kick, but dragged down by Rawlinson. And the Blues have it. Senio back on the field. Lavia. And this one is in touch. So a number of changes made, particularly by Colin Cooper. Tim Fairbrother on for Tialata, who was receiving attention for an injury a little earlier. Whether that's the reason or whether it's just a straight sub.
Well, he looked sore, but also it was at the 60th minute or so, so that's normal when they change one of the front rowers.
So untidy stuff here. And Wepu right in the middle of it all, taken away by Andrew Hoare. Good driving play by the Taranaki man. Settled it right down, working blindside and kicking ahead, but he's kicked it out.
It's important for the Hurricanes. They don't just sit on this. They're pretty dynamic in the first or so minutes of the second half. Scored lots of points. You can't just sit back. You've got to keep on attacking. Territory's really evened up in the second half.
Game has changed a lot too because of the conditions, Drakey. I think the rain continues to fall. Not as heavy as originally, but still enough. Mialamu's a lovely stepper. And the slippery ball gets away from Ali Williams. And that wouldn't have happened in the first half, but it's got very greasy.
Well, one of the problems is, of course, that the surface is so firm after all the fine weather, and so any rain on it, it's a bit like rain on the motorway after there hasn't been any for a while. It's a bit greasy.
Keep concentrating. Wait for the call. Crutch and hold. Waiting. Engage.
So'oialo away for Wepu. Short pass. Holwell. He's not a big man. Expecting to belt his way through. And here's Senio bursting away. McAllister just hangs on and no more. Tries to slip the pass. It's very untidy. I think Tito might have grabbed this for the Hurricanes. He has. Now Wepu, change of direction. Collins. Now the chasers are coming. Rokothoko's got plenty of pace. So's Faletau. And it's beaten them all.
Great nudge from Collins, but great save from Tito. He's the one who went low on the ground when the ball's slippery and it's on the ground. You just dive and protect it. This was after Tito had won it. Lovely weighted kick from Collins. He would have been very happy for it to not to go out, but I'm sure he'll tell everyone that he planned it that way in the end.
The Blues backed onto their own goal line here, needing an accurate throw. Oh, they don't get it. They throw it straight to Eaton. And the Hurricanes have a chance. Just 5 metres out. Now Holwell shovels it off to Nonu. He'll take them on if he can. Look at them. Power again. Held it up. Now's a chance for Collins. Bonus point try for the Hurricanes and Jerry Collins.
Well, Collins, he'll take the points, but it was Eaton at the line out. Under not a lot of pressure, I don't think, the Blues, but they threw it to the wrong player. And then the next guy to step up was this man here. Through McAllister, through Atinga. Plenty of space. Tuiava could have scored on the outside. Collins was close enough. He knew he was always going to get there with his momentum. Look at this. This is just power, Tony.
Yeah, tremendous power again from Nonu, but it came from the line out. Ali Williams went forward. The ball went to where he'd been. Jason Eaton said, thank you very much. And, well, Jerry Collins had a great year. He's one of the finalists for the Player of the Year. And looks like he's started 06 off on a pretty good note, too, and that's such an important try. 8 points with the kick to come, the lead.
The funny thing was at the line out, the Hurricanes went there not even willing to compete. They were all facing, they were going to just try and drive them back over the line. So it was a real bonus.
Holwell's conversion. Now he's dragged it. So the Jerry Collins try unconverted, and the Hurricanes ahead 27-19.
Well, you guys said it just after the break. That first try in the second half, so important because it has changed the momentum of the game. And so has that positional switch. Umaga stood out in the first half, but Nonu has been irrepressible in the second.
24 points to 3 since the halftime break. Ball lost forward firstly by the Hurricanes and then by the Blues. So here's a good opportunity for the Blues. They haven't had many attacking chances.
No, they've been stifled. The scrum has been dominant, but they haven't been able to clear it at the back. So with Nick Williams there now.
Boy, things have changed in 27 minutes, though. Now it's the Blues who need to score next if they're to stay in the game.
Lavio directly behind the scrum.
Yeah, my fault.
Mathie was in there in the pocket with him, so they've got options both ways. Howlett's very wide on this near side, but gee, it's a long way to get the ball to him in these conditions.
Crouch in the hole. Waiting. There we go.
Taku hasn't come with him, so let's just see what happens.
Now it's there for the Blues. Lavia goes wide. McAllister, copybook tackle by Conrad Smith.
Incorrect entry.
And it's going to be a penalty.
Flying in, incorrect entry. No. There you go.
Smith made the tackle, but it was the next player that came in from the wrong angle.
So this is interesting. Take the points. They've got to score twice anyway.
Shot, thanks.
It's been very accurate tonight, Luke McAllister.
It was a good set piece from the Blues. You'd have to say, though, they always had it covered. Nonu, well, gee. Flopped right over the top of it.
Yeah, just a little suggestion, though, that Luke McAllister actually lost the ball forward in that tackle. Not much in it.
All right, why is he winning?
Luke McAllister looking to close it up to 5, and no, he's missed it. That was a vital kick. That would have put the Blues within one scoring play, but still it's the Hurricanes by 8 and just over 10 minutes left. Banged away downfield. Lavia feeding Howlett, confronted by a yellow wall, taken by Tito. Now Senio works it off to Lavia. Now Nathiwa. Nice work by the Blues, getting the slippery ball away. Now here's Marsoe getting in on the act. Bursting away, Marsoe. He's got far too. He'll have too much pace. Another try for the Hurricanes.
Outstanding breakaway try, and you can see the emotion on the sideline. And the Hurricanes bench, they know that's the ball game. Marsoe, will he harass the Blues at the breakdown? Blues thought they were on a bit of a roll, but this was untidy ball. Picked it up. I think they were slow to react. And he had the wheels outside him, and that was it. He knew this man was going to go all the way. It didn't matter. The Blues might have been slack, but they weren't going to stop this guy that far out.
First bonus point in the bank too.
Try number 2 for Lomi Fa'atau tonight. This has been an incredible change of fortunes in the second half. Remember, the Blues led 16-3 at half time. And the Hurricanes have turned it right round. Have scored 29 points.
And counting.
Holwell puts through his first conversion of the season. 34 points to 19. And just under 9 minutes left.
Was there. The ball was slow for the Blues, but really it's one of those tries where they didn't have the cover. I guess they were getting desperate, the Blues. They wanted to spread it wide, didn't have the cover defence, and they paid for it.
Kick goes back the other way. Hurricanes can't secure it. And it's been knocked away. And Holwell bangs it off downfield. What a lovely kick that is.
Clever play at the breakdown by Rodney Su'uialo.
Yeah, it was outstanding, wasn't it? It was accurate and aggressive. Rawlinson had set the ball up for the Blues. Su'uialo just went in there, snaffled it, showed good control.
Mialamu quickly to Rawlinson. Devine is back on the field, so he's recovered. Here's McAllister looking to burst in midfield, can't do so. Devine again for Lavia. John Afoa. And a good driving run by Afoa to the 10-metre line. Ball back, but it's a bit of a giveaway when it comes out that quickly. Someone's hacked it back with their hands.
They got time on their side, the Hurricanes.
Slowing down and letting him release it.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Devine must have been a blood bin.
Well, you can think of anything, Tony, these days.
Yeah, it was apparently he had a bleeding nose, and so it was a blood bin.
To be honest, eh? Fair enough.
Just 11 penalties. So Bryce Lawrence is things go pretty much tonight. Here's Soialo losing it forward though as he came charging through.
Goes both ways. 5 Blues.
Auckland's line-out play, sorry, the Blues line-out play, which wasn't too bad in the first half. It got a bit sloppy in the second, and it's cost them.
Well, there's a crucial line-out down on their own line, conceded a try. Mind you, they're trying to get quick ball off the top now rather than the driving ball, and in these conditions, that's always dangerous.
Waiting, please.
Must have been knocked through by the Hurricanes.
Crunch and hold. Engage.
Steve Devine with the feed. Oh, again, it's untidy at the back of that scrum.
Pulling back. Stay bound. Pulling back that side. Binding.
The Blues just look a little disjointed.
Oh, yeah, the rhythm's gone out of their game. They've been starved of the ball in the second half.
Stay bound.
It's one of those games where they'll look back and say, where did it all go wrong after half-time? It's pressure.
Changes coming up for the Hurricanes with Thomas Waldrum and Luke Marnie both coming on. So Andrew Hoare goes off, and Jerry Collins leaves the field after a strong hand.
Luke Marnie making his debut. There it is, bounces up for Daniel Braid. Now he leaves it there for Devine. Lavia, greasy ball, gets the better of him. It has not been easy since the heavy rain fell. And there's a few injury problems for the Hurricanes back at the line-out.
Maybe a head clash of some type. Both of them down.
Well, you don't want to get onto a head clash with Paul Tito. There was a succession of them a few years ago, and this time one of his own teammates, is Tim Fairbrother's, come off second best.
He might be the type of bloke you don't want to get too close to at training.
Like, what's the Welsh fellow, Nisbo? Matt Cobain, what do they call him?
Disaster or something? Yeah.
Blues making changes too. Curtis Hayu on in 18. He'll replace Ali Williams. And Luke McAllister leaving the field, replaced by Rua Tupoki in 21.
And I think Tialata might have to go back on.
Yep.
Bloodman.
Come on,
opened up his forehead there.
I wonder if they find Tito at the team sessions for injuring his own players.
Well,
yeah.
All accidental, of course.
Stick forward a fracture. Thanks, mate. Crutch and hold. Engage.
Back for Holwell. A little bit further than Nathiwa first thought. Now he's got it. Feeds it off to Howlett. Just near their own 10-metre line, Devine, Lavia. Oh, and this time it's Braid who falls over. Ball stolen by Nonu, and away comes Nonu, looking for a counter-attack with Tialata. It's there again for Wepu. Kick through by Nonu. And he has to make a tackle, makes a good one too on Nathiwa. Blues looking to conjure something up from near their own 22. They've knocked it on again. Here's a chance. No. Double knock on perhaps. They wouldn't have quite made it anyway. The combination of Smith and Howlett.
Well, they're really enjoying themselves now, the Hurricanes. Nonu went for the chip through. He's aggressive on defence as well as attack.
Change, another change coming up, sorry, Drakey, for the Hurricanes, and Brendan Harmey in 20 will probably come on after this next play to replace Piri Wepu at halfback.
Crutch and hold. Engage.
Brendan Harvey will represent the last of the replacements available.
Okay, squeeze it up to the line.
Fairbrother looks set to come back on too. Real turban on his head.
Crutch Crouch and hold. Engage.
Wepu with the feed right near the 22. Going to work the blind side. Wepu running strongly. Puts it on the boot. Charge coming from Vartau. And sliding into touch with the ball was Nathiwa.
5 metre scrum probably got the flag. Creates another opportunity for the Hurricanes. They've manipulated the blind side very well. We boot. Well weighted kick.
He's very good at those. You might remember the one against Scotland that set up a try for, I think it was Doug Howlett. And he's leaving the field now, so
Crouch and hold.
the full contingent of replacements out there.
Engage.
Brendan Harmey.
Come up, guys. Come up.
Rico Gear. Sorry, Nisbet.
The try against Scotland?
Yeah,
You're probably right.
it's a good one.
It's only 2 months ago.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it.
Memory's gone.
Oh, it's just slowing down the game. Hurricanes have got it in the bag, and they've got an opportunity to score some more points here. And you get these replacements on, always eager to show what they can do. You can see Tito's done a lot of talking. He's contributed well. So often in these games, it's the experience on the bench which can really count. So many times we used to see the Crusaders with a lot of
Crouch and hold.
experience there. Well, Hurricanes have come to play as well with that.
2 minutes remaining here. Rain pouring down at Eden Park as Harmey gets his pass away, not too flash, into the arms of Nonu,
And release.
and he's able to tidy it up.
Advantage. Blue coming round.
And penalty coming the Hurricanes' way. He's playing an advantage in
And
the
release.
meantime.
Still advantage to yellow.
Harmey looking to dig in. Holwell's going to run blindside.
Roll out 3.
Drags everyone across to the blind side. Now Thomas Waldron lays it back. Harmey has a go.
Advantage over now.
Advantage is gone.
Stay hind feet.
They probably won't be too concerned about that.
Scrum.
And they'll get another put into the scrum.
Good play again from the Hurricanes, patient. Clock's on their side. And it is interesting too, they tried to play the ball, tried to play the game, so they didn't worry too much about the penalty.
Scrum.
Another strong game from Chris Marsoe tonight.
He has, hasn't he? As the game's gone on, he's got better. Conditions have suited him maybe. Braid started well in the first half, but he's been overshadowed maybe in the second by Marsoe.
Hold on. Wait. Crouch and hold. Just go down and put
So the time ticking past the 80 minutes.
Crouch and hold.
In the end, a convincing win here for the Hurricanes. And they'll set another scrum.
Above our hips, please.
Well, it's custom made for them to go blind if they can get a half decent scrum with Soialo with that space. Fartow.
Crouch and hold.
Shannon Parku
Engage.
came right out on the wing here, which possibly suggests Holwell will go. No, they're going to go blindside. Harmey moves it back inside to Waldron. Here's a go from Marsoe. As they swarm down towards the line, the siren has already gone. A go from Harmey, but he's well held.
Stay there, please. Go back. Go back 3.
Looking to drive it over the line. Edging a little closer. Referee's got the advantage, I think. Or has he? Yes, he has. Slowly for Harmey. Now he's got it. Holwell puts the little kick in. Doesn't work. And they'll take the penalty. So one last shot at it, it would seem. No doubt they'll have a tap and go.
Well, yeah, or even the scrum. Line out. What are they doing? Shot. There you go. We were all wrong.
Going to have a shot at goal. So obviously feeling pretty happy with themselves on the bench. David Hull will have a shot at goal, and that'll bring down the curtain on the first game. And the greatest of all rugby cliches, a game of two halves.
Well, it sure was. And the style, I think, after the first half, all we thought that the Hurricanes had to do was get the ball into space. They did that, but their forward play tightened up as well. They were always driving more aggressive, probably lower body positions in the rain.
Here's the final act of the game, Holwell, and he converts it, and the Hurricanes are successful. They win the first match in the Super 14 competition by 37 points to 19.
Comprehensive in the second half for the Hurricanes. They did everything right. Got down the right end of the field, drove harder, their set pieces tightened up well. Blues really had nothing to offer. They'll be disappointed. First half was okay, but they got slaughtered in the second.
5 tries to 1. The Hurricanes successful at Eden Park, 37 points to 19.